You know, I had a real facepalm moment this week when I saw a Facebook post by someone that I have been friends with for quite some time, who basically was intimating that the reason why we're having all of these hurricanes is because we have an administration that doesn't believe in science. I mean, there's so many things to go at on this. It's like unpeeling an onion. First and foremost, I understand that for some people, science is a kind of religion. And I'm not going to get into that right now. We can get into that some other time. Look, I'm not here to threaten your beliefs, and I'm not here to try to tell you that you're wrong about what you believe. But science, as the way that I understand it, is knowledge. That's what the word means, right? And to take the kind of irrational belief that you're placing in this knowledge totally undermines what the word is supposed to mean. Okay, first and foremost, what do you think causes hurricanes? Do you think it's caused by man? Do you think that it's because we're burning gasoline that we're having more powerful hurricanes? Look at the data. They're not more powerful. And realistically, there aren't that many more. People will look at this, oh my goodness, we have 3 hurricanes in the Atlantic at the same time. Well, we had 3 hurricanes in the Atlantic at the same time in 2010. That was only 7 years ago. But if you look back in history, you remember a lot of these records that people are comparing and talking about as if somehow this is the worst ever in history. We weren't even keeping records 100 years ago. So much of the stuff that we're relying on for these projections from these scientists, from those who put their special trust in their special knowledge, it reminds me of Gnosticism. You know what Gnosticism is? It was one of the first Christian heresies. Yeah, actually, it was even addressed in the Bible itself, in some of the letters that John, the Apostle John, wrote. He talked about how some people believe that their special knowledge is more important than what the Bible says. And he advises everyone, really, not to associate with those who believe that their own special knowledge is more important. And now, this is part of the issue here, is that knowledge, the Greek word for knowledge is gnosos. That's where we get this Gnosticism. Science is the word for knowledge in Latin, scientia. And if you think about the comparisons, how we've basically taken these folks who claim to have special knowledge and, no, don't worry about actually drawing a connection for yourself. Don't worry about actually collecting any data. We'll do it for you, and we'll tell you what our researchers have come up with. And then you can just believe us. Well, that to me sounds an awful lot like Gnosticism. I'm just saying, take a look at what's going on right now. Don't get sucked into this hype that says that somehow, because we have a president who doesn't believe in science, that is the reason that we're having more hurricanes. Go figure. You want to engage me on the topic? I'd love to. Send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com.